There are a couple of ways of doing tulips. An alternative is something like this, with a sort of straight side like that and dividing the petals. This is a sort of egg-like shape. This one is a bit more of a goblet shape with a moving out of the petals. Whatever, I've drawn it out on my sample board, and the first thing I need to do is get myself some space to move. So as before, I'm going to come around the outside, just set this in to protect it. And then just start removing wood around it. When I've got it down as much as I sort of think I need, I'm just going to go and set the outline in here like this. Just a little bit outside the line drawing. Excuse me. Don't have to come to an exact junction at the bottom because it is a bit rough and we will undercut that a little bit, but make sure we've got a nice big shape to work with. The next stage is to get the basic underlying form of the tulip, so rounding this over. Now the grain in this piece of wood goes in this direction, so that means I'm coming downhill on this side like this, and downhill here, and there's a high spot around here. So this is an interesting little exercise in working with the grain of the wood. So what I'm going to have to do is come round over here, this side, round over here, and then at the top of the hill there, start coming this side. So this is the high spot here in the middle, and it's going to go down and lip up at the bottom. So let's start rounding this over. So all this is going to come away. And on this side, all this is going to come away here. And I'm rounding over here. And from here we're going to come down across here. What I'm going to do is just switch to a rounded tool like this that can create that shape like that. So this is the lip coming down over here, and on this side, excuse me, I have to get in line with the camera a moment, coming down on that side. So there's a hole over here making the lips come up, the lips of the petals. The edge of the petals will be over here. We're going to merge this bit into there. Then the whole of this outer edge of petals, that actually is not there. So we're going to take all this off here. So what we're seeing now is the edge coming round to the petals on the back side. So it's this area here underneath the petals that's going to be hollowed out. So I'm going to carry on just working over this, and as I come down here I'm going to slightly undercut, just like that, just to finish off the edge. So I've now got my basic shape. What's important to see here is that I've made it symmetrical, perfectly rounded, as if I'm viewing it from straight down. But of course, depending on how this will appear in a swag of flowers, you might want to make one side fatter than the other. So that's just something to bear in mind. Also, here we've got very short grain, so we can't make this come out too much, or else we'll end up with that breaking off. Front row of petals here, and they'll come to the back row of petals down the back. So I'm going to draw in the front row, and instead of making it symmetrical here by putting the first petal in the middle, I'm going to move it over here. So the first petal come sort of over here like this, perhaps, something like that, towards that side, and then it'll come up here like this. So this is our one petal there. Now this petal here will actually come round the back, and so this top edge will become the back edge down here. So I'll just draw this petal in here, nice rounded petals like so, and this one will come up here, and again this edge will become a little bit down here. So bring them right down to the bottom here like this, and then we can start separating them off like with a V tool. Now this petal's at the top, so I'm tilting it away from the upper petal. And this petal, come down here again, is at the top, so I'm tilting that way, away from the other petal. Bring that round. And then there's a second petal come off here. So when I've got that in place, I can set this in. I'll pick the right tool. Here we go. Set this in, this edge in here, and bring it right out there. And then I can shape this petal back a little bit. And then this petal here will be there. So I can start taking wood away from between the petals down here. So wood will start to come away there, and similarly on this side, once I've shaped it, wood will start coming away here. So we'll start taking wood away down here and into the back. But once you've got the petals sort of outlined, you can start giving, separating them off and just cleaning that up. So I'll clean up on this side, down here, so the petals are distinct and one above the other.